How you been, man? It's a long time.
Bro, I missed you, man. Did you see the big news today about
Yeah.
Nutribullet?
So unfortunately, oh, what is that? What is that?
To C4, Nutribolt.
Did you train today? Yeah, you train in the morning, right?
Today was yeah, today was a training day. Yeah, so I trained today. I trained back. It was awesome. I haven't been feeling good for a while, Felix. You know, I got the Olympic qualification. I've been training all year, which is fine. I'm used to training all year. This is my sixth Olympia, my 22nd or 23rd pro show. I lose track of them. I've only done big shows. Never, ever, ever have I felt so horrible as I felt during this preparation. But despite feeling horrible, I keep pushing, because that's who I am. Don't give up, never surrender, work harder. That's what I embody. That is what defines me. That is my mission statement. And 8 weeks out, I looked incredible. I was full. Obviously, you see, I worked on my chest, bring up my thickness from the front, bring up my thickness from my back, and I was on my way to being my best ever. And then I started to encountering a lot of chest pain. So a
Like,
lot of chest pain.
but like chest pain, like muscular or
Oh no, I wish muscular because we like that muscular kind of pain.
yeah,
I've
of
been
course.
starting to get a lot of tightening on my left side. Historically, left side is not good.
Yeah, of course.
So every preparation I do, I always check my blood pressure almost every day because I always have high blood pressure. But I was at hypertension levels. I posted a picture on my Instagram. I was 180 over 96. If you know about blood work, that is very high. So I would have chest pain for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes on my left side. And I was dealing with that for about 2 to 3 weeks. Um, couldn't train in terms of like my strength was down, my recovery was down, my resting heart rate was down. In the middle of the night, my HRV was down, so it took a longer time in between heartbeats. And it came to the point where I was 4 weeks out. I was about to introduce more supplements into the system, because this is the Olympia. This is Formula
Of
One
course.
racing. This is dangerous sport. I'm about to now put the pedal to the metal, introduce more supplements. And I was like, you know what, dude? I feel like I'm going to die. Like, I literally feel like I'm going to die. I'm scaring the hell out of my wife. I'm holding my chest for 20, 25 minutes, multiple times a day, like this. So much pressure and tightness. And my blood pressure is higher than it's ever been. And I just said, you know what, man? It's more important for me to live to fight another battle, or to compete at another Olympia, or to have all these great things because I'm reminded every day. I was friends with Sean Roden, rest in peace. I was friends with George Peterson, rest in peace. And bodybuilders, we have this mentality where it's no pain, no gain. Keep going. More, more. And sometimes you have to be mature enough to pull back and say, you know what, more necessarily isn't better. And what's important is, the Olympia or the fans, they're not going to visit you in the hospital. They're not going to be helping out your wife and your son and teaching your son how to ride a bike or asking your wife if they need help, fixing something around the house. Nobody's going to ask that. When you're dead, you're dead. Nobody gives a fuck about you. They forget about you. And that's what it was. And when I made my post originally, I said, hey guys, I'm not feeling well. I'm not participating. And a lot of people like, oh, you're scared. Oh, you can't win. Oh, this, oh, that.
Yeah.
So I got very frustrated and I posted a picture of my blood pressure. And it was very frustrating to me because that's not who I am. I'm not scared at all. This is just a men's physique show. This is a beauty pageant with muscles. This is what my heart beats for. I love this sport, but I'm not going to let it take away from my family. And it's stupid of me to compete on stage and sacrifice me seriously getting harmed or, possible death.
Yeah. Well, that's a tough one, man, because I mean, you being out of the Olympia, I don't know how many years, and now you're qualified for this year, and stepping back for this year competition, I think it's a really tough decision for you, but I think it's a wise decision actually because you just said that you were friends of Sean Roden, of George Peterson,
George Peterson.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean you never know what's going on until this happens, So I think it's a wise decision. This can be like I don't know how to say it, but it's like a message, for all the competitors out there, amateur professionals, to take care of your health uh, before anything else. And now your father, you have family, so I think it's a wise decision. And I know you, and I know for sure that it's not something that you're scared about, because I mean you're one of the top level guys in the industry, in that division as well. And I think this is something good for the industry. And now we're talking about it. What do you think about this? Because the Olympia in the past month, I guess, they post on social media as well that they are talking about these health issues and everything that has been going on like 2 or 3 years ago with all these people that is passed away right now. So what are your thoughts about it? Your advice as well, for other competitors that might be having the same struggle, just like you.
Yeah, no, I mean, like first, let me say, I'm not a 24-year-old kid anymore. I'm 35 years old. I have businesses, I have family. I've been a pro for 10 years. And not only a pro for 10 years, but I've been a winning pro for 10 years. Never placed out of the first call out in my entire life. I've always been in the first call out my entire life, whether in classic, whether it's with Breon Ansley or Chris Bumstead, or if it's, Jeremy Buendia or Brandon Hendricks. I've competed with all these guys. I've been competitive every single show I've done. But the number one thing that I think comes with age is maturity, and the maturity to know that God puts little signs in your life. And if something doesn't feel well in your body, then something usually isn't right, and you should listen to the signs. Now, I'm not saying you're sore or you're tired or you don't feel like doing cardio. No, you should definitely push through. But if something feels wrong with your organs, or if something is up with your blood work, you should take it very serious. And let's be honest, as a man, most men die between 35 and 45 of heart issues. So for a man, you have to be very careful. If you feel something is wrong, you should take it serious. That doesn't mean you don't have to compete, but that does mean that you should take a step back and try to troubleshoot and diagnose what's happening. Because, I still consider myself young at 35. I always compare myself to my mentor, Frank Zane. Frank Zane didn't win his first Olympia till 37 years old. And in my head, that is where my head's at. I want to win Olympia, one title before 37 years old or at 37 years old. So you don't need to rush. And if you're not feeling well, you don't need to rush and do a show. I've actually reached out to Dan Solomon and Olympia, and I said, hey, brother, I'm having a little issues right now. Can you please give me the extension on the contract? He sends me a voice memo back, and he's like, brother, don't do anything crazy. I'll give you another week. You text me personally. Let me know if you're going to make it or not. But put your health first. Put your family first. And that's what I did, And right now I feel healthy. I feel great. I got everything troubleshooted, thank God. But right now there's not enough time, So with those
Yeah,
3 to 4 weeks, and I also had a week where I didn't train at all. No training. I could barely do it. I could barely get out of bed. And so with all that time, there's no time for me to come back. So that's my advice to people. If you feel something is wrong, listen to the warning signs. You got to do something about it. I know men feel indestructible. We feel invincible. Nothing's going to happen to us. I got to work harder. That's bullshit. Like I said, 22 pro shows, I've never felt this way. I knew something was up. If you think something is up, something is up. And like I said, rest in peace to all my friends that died, or all my friends, that no longer bodybuild due to illness or, but I love this sport, but I'm not going to let this sport, interfere with the quality of my life or the quality of my family's life. And part of being a good bodybuilder is also having longevity and being able to do this for a long time.
Yeah, of course, man. Again, I think it's a wise decision. I think it's a, like a breakdown between this, with the passion of the sport and your mentality, this major lifetime you're going on. So yeah, I mean, and well, at the end of the day, you already know what's going on or what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I know totally everything was going on. I got everything troubleshooted. My blood pressure is normal now. I feel amazing. My heart rate is back to normal. It's not dropping in the middle of the night like it was. But let's go to a more positive note, brother. This year's Olympia is going to be crazy, actually. Not only men's physique, but classic physique is like, dude, I can't even guess. First of all, it's impossible to root against Chris Bumstead. He's amazing. But I can't even guess, like, all the guys in the top 5 in classic are like, anyone could win, which
Anyone
is
can win,
crazy.
yeah.
Same thing in men's
I,
physique, man. I want to hear your predictions. What do you think about classic?
well, classic, and I want to ask you a question while I'm answering yours.
Sure.
So I think it's tough to overcome Chris Bumstead. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Chris is going to
Yeah.
take it again, and
Yeah.
it is not only about his physique, because I think he's perfect. He looks real good, and he's always improving as well. He's working on his weak body parts, and I think he's going to be again, the number one. But I also think, and this is because I know how the industry works as well. So I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I think he's going to win again, but it's something about his popularity, what he means right now for the industry. It's like really, it's like the uh, we're recording now, but yeah, I think that it's
Yeah.
something to consider, and
Yeah.
in that division,
Sure.
there's no one.
Yeah. Well, Roman
So
Dino looks great. Yours Kaczynski looks great. Terrence Ruffin looks great. There's so many good guys, man. In fact, I really love the classic physique division. I had a lot of fun when I was competing there. It was just these guys were so damn big. And my body is naturally like not a big body, I don't have that ability to like Chris Bumstead is a big boy, man. He's big. Roman Dino, I haven't met yet, but I imagine he's a big boy also, probably 250, 260 on the off season.
yeah,
Me, like I compete
I
at the
think
weight that I walk around. So like when I compete in classic, I'm not cutting weight. I walk around at that weight at 210, 215 is what I walk around. Where these guys are coming from 260 down, 250 down. I
yeah,
was just trying to come up. So it was a lot
yeah,
of
but
fun, man. I really like
yeah,
that
but
division.
you sacrifice your conditioning when you are trying to
Hmm.
get up instead of getting down. I don't know if you agree with me, but I feel that it's more complicated to have a good conditioning while you're trying to put some muscle on instead of start cutting away.
Yeah, it's also a lot of work, man, to be eating all day, every day, sleeping all the time. It's just a lot of work, man. What these bodybuilders do in any division, men's physique, bikini, 212, open bodybuilding, what these guys do is so I can't even believe that I do it. It's so amazing. It's such a sacrifice. It is a total obsession. It is an OCD behavior.
Yeah.
Everything revolves around eat, sleep, and training. And it is outstanding. And the Olympia does a great job of, being that pinnacle show of the year where, the fans really get a show. And I think this year's the most exciting Olympia, man. I'm
Hey,
disappointed I'm not going to be able to compete in it.
Are you coming to the Olympia? Like a fan, or
Um,
with
no,
your
I'm not going to come
sponsors?
because I have such a good time. I have such a good time watching the live stream. So I'm going to chill and spend time with the family and watch it on the live stream. You know, and yeah, but it's going to be an amazing event, dude. I think this year is like the most exciting year in a while.
Yeah, definitely. It will be. It will be definitely hands down. And to move forward with with these predictions, I just want to ask you something. Are you qualified for the 2023 Olympia, or do you have to go again and earn your qualification?
Well, it was really cool because I got the qualification for the Arnold Classic in March. So they're
Okay.
going to be 10 men's physique guys. I got the qualification for that show. Um, I don't think I'm going to do the Arnold Classic. I think I want to compete later in the year, earn my qualification again, which I don't mind earning qualification. Like it's cool to earn the qualification because it's like, hey, if I can't win a pro show, then I have no business being competitive at the Olympia. So
Yeah,
for
okay.
me, I like the qualification process. It validates you. It validates everything you're doing, and it makes you feel a sense of belonging. So I would love to requalify for Olympia, which I have to do. I think I'm going to compete towards the middle of 2023. I just won the Pittsburgh Pro, so maybe I'll try to come back and win the Pittsburgh Pro again. I've won all the shows except for the Olympia, so I'm not going to do the New York Pro anymore. I've won the New York Pro, but I've had bad luck at the New York Pro. I placed second once, and then recently I placed third at the New York Pro. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, you know what? I'm not competing in my hometown anymore. Maybe it's the hometown pressure, So I'm like, yo, no more New York Pro. So, I won once. I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'm not gonna do New York. I'm gonna try to pick another show, maybe a Tampa Pro or something. Maybe
Okay.
something crazy like Japan Pro. They have a lot of different shows. Maybe they got an event in Mexico. I would love to. I'm huge in Mexico. I look at the analytics all the time on my Facebook. Mexico is like one of the top countries right now for fitness, and it's an emerging market for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You should try, if you're considering Mexico, the Mexico Grand Battle. It was really good this year. This Antoine Witherspoon won that show. He looked
Yeah.
like pretty good, and that would be an
Good.
option, a really good option for
Right.
you, man. It's
Really?
September 16th, I guess.
Well, that's great since the Olympia
Yeah.
is going to be in December. Yeah, so that's my goal for next year. I'm going to keep on bringing up my chest. I'm going to keep on bringing up my back. There's a guy, Aaron Banks. He's got a crazy back, this boy.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, like everyone's going to lose on the back next to him. So it's like, you know what? Let me really bring up my back, bring up my chest. I've been improving every year. So there was only one show I didn't improve at, and that was the Arnold Classic. The last time I competed in Arnold, I think I got six. Um, and that was the only show I didn't improve. And I think I didn't improve. I underestimated the competition. I underestimated taking 2 years off from competing. What it would take. To get back into shape. So that was a good learning lesson for me to do that and get sixth at the Arnold. And yeah, that was the only show I didn't improve at. So that's what bodybuilding is about. It's about improving yourself. And I posted a picture the other day of a 10-year transformation. And in 10 years, I put on 40 pounds of muscle, which sounds like not a lot, So it goes to show if you could put on 2 to 3 pounds of quality muscle every year, then you're doing something right.
Yeah. That's a lot of meat, man.
It's a lot of meat, but it's also a lot of time, 10 years. Because
Yeah.
some people think, all right, I'm going to gain 10 pounds this year. I'm going to gain 15 pounds. You could gain the weight, but to gain the muscle is hard to gain. And it takes a lot of time. I just want people to be aware of how much time it takes to grow. And, it's truly amazing. I can't even believe I do this because this is just a hobby for me. Luckily I have businesses. I don't need to compete. My contracts with my supplement sponsors, I've been blessed. I don't need to compete. There's nothing about competing. I choose to compete, because I like what it does for me, my mentality. It makes me better, more focused. It makes me more disciplined, makes me more direct. I know what I want. And it just improves my life in every way. As long as the health is good, I'm always gonna keep competing, man. You know, I look at guys like Michael Hearn or Dexter Jackson. Yo, these guys look incredible, and they're 50 years old, man.
Yeah, I know, man.
It's
What's going
crazy.
on with them? Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
this,
It doesn't matter, natty or not, dude. If I look half as good as Michael Hearn when I'm 50, oh man, I'll be so happy, dude. And he's so strong, and I like the guy. And Dexter, man, what they're able to do is so outstanding.
yeah, definitely. It's actually, I would like to, to have Michael Hearn next year, for the fifth weekend as well. Maybe you can come this next edition because this year
Dude, I'm
you
so
have,
bummed. I'm
yeah,
so bummed I missed everybody. Dude. That show is
yeah,
sick, dude. The Fit Weekend, dude, you do such a good job, man. 100% next year. I'll speak to Mike for you also. I'll get Mike to come down too. And yeah, man, I would love to be part of that, dude. So bummed about
yeah.
last year.
It was really good. I gotta say that the thing that I enjoyed the most of this year's show was the guest posing of Terrence. It was amazing, man. He made me cry. It was
Oh,
like
man.
a dream come true because he's a really good poser, man. And watching this survivor routine live, I was like 3 feet away from Terrence, watching his performance, and it was amazing, man. And hopefully next year you can do the same because it's something else, having this uh, bodybuilding stars at the show. It's something that it had
Yeah.
been since 5 6 years ago, but this was the very first time that someone perform the whole routine, an Olympia routine, and it was amazing, man. It was outrageous, I gotta say.
Yeah, dude, I'll pose next year as long as I'm in shape. Let's do it, dude. Yeah, man, let's do it, brother. If I'm in shape, I'd love to pose. Let's do that.
Awesome,
That is cool. And
awesome,
plus,
brother.
people need to see it. You know, when I saw my first bodybuilder, I didn't see my first bodybuilder in person until like I think the year was like 2009. And 2009, I saw the first bodybuilder that I ever seen like with their shirt off, and I was like, "Oh my God, bodybuilding is sick." Like I didn't know. I only seen the guys in a magazine. So when people in Mexico they see, a good caliber athlete or bodybuilder, I'm sure it has a huge impact.
Yeah, it definitely does because it's something else, man. I mean, this guy Terrence. I mean, there was Isa Pesini as well, Franciel Matos, the wellness Olympian. Phil Heath, this is something else, man. Because I mean, I think Mexico has been improving, with the level and with the athletes that are now representing, actually at the Olympia as well. But having these bodybuilders, it's something else, and it's a lot of motivation. It's something that help the Mexican athlete to be more competitive, to know that there's no limits, that they can be as good as them. So it's something else. It was something else this year, and I know next year will be really good as well. I have some names, already that I want them to be part of the show. But definitely, you're a must, brother.
Oh man, thank you, brother. I gotta stay extra since I missed last year. I gotta stay for longer. Yo, how does Phil Heath's arms look? Doesn't he have the best freaking arms, dude?
Yeah, he's something else again. It was
His
amazing
arms are
because
sick.
he remains in really good shape. And I was sharing with him,
Yeah.
with traveling, and I mean, I spent some quality time with Phil, and he's not dieting at all, and he's massive, he's shredded, he's like his genetics is it's out of this world because I can't even imagine how to maintain, you know, that amount of muscle and eating burgers and some Mexican food as well, but nothing. I mean, I in the 3 or 4 days that I spent with Phil, he never ate anything such as chicken and rice. that was not on the diet. You know,
Wow.
it's just burgers and tacos,
Wow.
and he looks amazing, man.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing, dude. Man. You know, Mike O'Hearn told me the same thing. Mike O'Hearn told me, like, he doesn't need to train. Like, as long as he eats, like, he's going to keep all his muscle. And I was like, man, I'm so different. I guess it's because we're younger. You know, these guys have a little more mature, denser muscle that as
yeah,
long as they're eating, they can maintain. But for me, I need to eat and I need to train. You know, otherwise I lose it. I could lose, like, you know, really fast if I don't stay on top of it. So I
yeah. Of
think there's
course.
something to be said for doing it for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Michael Horn, it's an old school physique, I gotta tell, and he also uh, he's so powerful. I mean, his strength is it's like out of this world. I have seen some videos about Michael Horn, you know, squatting and bench pressing like massive amount of pounds, and it's like
Dude,
lightweight.
yeah. Try for a million years to be like Mike, and it probably won't ever happen. You know, he's just so freaky. He's amazing. It's great. It's like
Yeah,
Big Ramy. Like Big Ramy is like this guy, you know, like I've had the privilege of being, you know, staying at his house, you know, for days and days and days and weeks, you know, in Kuwait and see how he lives. This guy could look at a dumbbell and his muscles just start getting pumped up just looking at the dumbbell. Like
yeah,
he could fluctuate 10 pounds in either direction every morning. It's either he's up 10 pounds or down, whatever he chooses, you know, and he's just, it's so amazing. I mean, there was this one time I was in the gym with Phil Heath and Big Ramy at the same time. And it was so, there was so much energy in that room and there was so much like competitiveness.
yeah,
It wasn't anything malicious or harmful, but there was so much competitiveness that Big Ramy, you know, I don't know if this is done on purpose or not, but I was there and there wasn't a lot of people in the gym. And Big Ramy just, you know, put on 4 plates on the shoulder, straight bar shoulder press on the Smith machine, just start doing 4 plates, 15, 20 reps, yelling, locking it up, you know, and I see Phil working out next to him. You know, I think maybe it was competitive, maybe it was done on purpose. But you know, that's how I was when I was, you know, battling Jeremy for first and second for all those years.
yeah,
We like each other, but there's so much competitiveness that it's like, hey man, there can only be one winner. It's either you or me, dude. And whatever edge I could get with my competition, especially Jeremy, because he's such a good competitor, I would try to take it, you know, whether it was mental, whether it was words, you know, I would try to do anything I can to get the upper hand. And so would he. And you know, we're friends, you know, and I would like to say we're good friends. And yeah, I think that's what competition is, brings out the best in people. And
yeah. Hey,
sometimes
and
competitiveness.
yeah, of course. Hey, man, regarding Jeremy,
Yeah.
this I mean, this relationship you have, you know, you had in the back in the days. I think, you know, Jeremy is a different person right now. You're a different person right now, and you have told me that you're good friends. I mean, I don't know if you're in touch like frequently, but do you think he's coming because he made like a really good comeback? You know, he's shredded. He puts a lot of muscle on again because he was like disconnected about everything. But now he's in real good shape. And have you talked to him? You know, if to check if he's going to be back in the stage for the Olympia, or I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
to be
He
honest, I think most of the men's physique fans would like to see that battle again. Definitely.
Yeah, me too. Um, yeah, so I speak to him quite often. When I was making my comeback to the Pittsburgh Pro, you know, he was contacting me. First of all, we're in touch because we both have kids. You know,
Okay.
we talk about
Yeah.
different kind of, you know, hey, bro, you got to get this for your baby. This really helped us. You know, like we're switching information about being fathers and different products for the babies. You know, and a lot of the viewers, like if you have a baby, you understand. And then, you know, I was getting in really good shape and he's like, dude, you're motivating the hell out of me. I was like, yo, bro, come on, dude. Like, let's get back on stage this year. You know, he's like, I'm going to take this year off. I'm competing next year, 2023. This was like 5 months ago when this conversation happened. He look how much muscle he put on. Every
Yeah,
time I see his updates, I'm like, dude, if Jeremy steps on stage again, he's gonna be better than his last time. I think what happened with Jeremy is he's got a lot of injury. Well, I think he got his injuries fixed, but he had a lot of injuries from training. And if you have a lot of injuries training, training's not fun, and then it's actually frustrating, and it's hard,
yeah,
to push forward when you have injuries. I think also, a lot of years I was upset that I never won the Olympia. I think that I should have won the Olympia. Like I always think in my head, maybe I should have won. A lot of fans say maybe I should have won, but sometimes I look at it as a blessing because sometimes when you win, like look at Phil Heath. I love Phil Heath, but there's a time where people wanted to see Phil Heath lose. I think when you're the champ, people like don't like you as much as you think they will. And I was always second. So second is kind of the cool thing for the fans. Like you're the underdog, like come on.
yeah.
Like you got this. Like Kevin LeBron was second a lot, Flex Wheeler was second a lot. Sometimes second is a
Nice.
blessing. Jay Cutler was second a lot before he was champ. I think it's a blessing, because the pressure of being the champ, people want to hate on you. And you know what, man? Like a lot of comments, when you have a lot of followers like Jeremy or myself, a lot of times we don't give a shit. If people talk crap, we don't give a fuck, but sometimes if we're having a weak moment or a weak day, like some of those comments, they could be hurtful. And I think, when you're a champ, you get more negativity. And I think the negativity kind of like wasn't cool for him, and mix that with the injuries. But dude, I think if Jeremy comes back, dude, I think he could win again. If I'm competing with Jeremy, first of all, my goal this Olympia was to win this Olympia. You know what I mean? So anytime I compete, my goal is always to win. So, I think Brandon Hendricks is really good, man. He's super good. But man, I see me and Jeremy still as the best guys in the sport because if all the guys are really good, but when you say who do I want to look like, there's only 3 or 4 people that people. Yeah, as I was saying, I think when you look at the men's physique division, there's only about 4 guys where it's like, dude, I want to look like that guy, And I think there's a certain it factor that you have to have, and you have to have that it factor, man, and you have to have a particular look and attitude about you. Like Chris Bump said, he's got it. Jeremy's got it. I got it. Brandon has it. It's a few other guys as well. But I think that's what makes the sport exciting is the personalities, the it factor, and yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think in the men's physique division again, I think Brandon is gonna take it. But this guy, I forgot his name. I remember just his last name, Banks. You just
Yeah, Aaron
speak
Banks.
about him. I think he kind of be a problem to Brandon. But I don't. I mean, this other guy, I forgot his name. Uh, he has been runner up, I think. Oh man, he's with Dark Sport as well. I don't remember the name. He's
Is he
Jamaican,
Brazilian?
I guess.
Oh, Jamaican.
Um,
Yeah.
the one
I'll be honest, man. I haven't been doing a good job of keeping in touch with the men's physique division. And I think that's the issue with the men's physique division. Like it needs more excitement. Like Ryan Terry coming back. Yo, man, that's so exciting. Like Aaron Banks, so exciting. Chiron, Brandon. But it needs more personalities. It needs more. Like Jeremy is a personality. I'm a
yeah,
personality.
yeah,
Like you need that, and I'm the sport. And you need that kind of for the fans. It's kind of like bodybuilding in the 90s. There were so many different personalities. You got Ronnie, you got Jay, you got Flex, you got Kevin Levrone, you got, all these great guys, man.
yeah,
So many different kind of personalities. And who knows, maybe social media is to blame. Maybe we get bored of people because, we see too much of them or we don't see enough of their personality. Mostly it's pictures. But yeah, I love the men's physique division. I love classic physique division. I've done both. There's no difference in terms of the dedication, in terms of the training, cardio, nutrition. most guys could do both, you know, and a lot of these men's physique guys, they got legs. You know, don't be fooled. But yeah, I don't know. I think bodybuilding is really freaking it's really freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Hey, brother, you just told
since I've been doing it.
about Ryan Terry. For me, he's like the prototype of men's physique. You know, of course, you are as well. But this guy, I don't know why he's ranking. You know, like out of the top five, or you know, because he has a great physique. I mean, his lines, the shape, you know, the abs. I think he put a little
Yeah.
bit more muscle for this Olympia, but I don't know why he keeps out of the of the first call out. What do you think about it?
I think it's just the size. You know, I think he gets outsized a little bit, but it doesn't matter. For everything he loses in size, he makes up for in conditioning. Even the smile, the charisma, his color is always good. You know,
Yeah.
his posing is a little unique. Maybe the judges don't like the posing, but I think if he comes in super conditioned, like right now, I just spoke to him last week. I was like, brother, like, yo, go kill it. Your conditioning is sick. Like him, he could win the Olympia. You know, if he keeps on getting more peeled and more dry, he could win that. You know, and I think the sport is looking for a new champ. With that being said, I mean it's going to be hard to dethrone Brandon Hendricks. He's amazing, but I think you know the sport needs a new champ sometimes. You know, I don't know if he could do it. I don't know if Aaron is the man to do it. I don't know if Chiron's the man to do it. I know all of them think they could do it, and I think they all could do it. It just depends on who shows up on Saturday. But Ryan has the tools to win as well. Um, you know, sometimes, you know, it's just about size.
Yeah, I think that's the main reason. But again, I feel he's one of my favorites all years. He has been one of my favorites, but hopefully he will have a better placing this year. And
I
regarding
think so.
the open division, what are your predictions? Who do you think is
Big
gonna
Ramy,
take it?
baby. Big Ramy, baby. Big Ramy. Yeah, Big Ramy, dude. You know, I'm biased, dude. You know, I pick people that I know and I like. You know, even when I'm watching UFC, you know, mixed martial arts, I'm always picking people that I like the personality. Obviously, Big Ramy's got the body and he's got the personality. He's also my friend. I think Big Ramy's hard to beat, you know, and but I'm also very impressed with all these other guys, Hunter Labrada, Nick Walker. You know, all these guys are so amazing. You even got some new people up in there. You know, Brandon Curry's always dangerous. I don't know, man. It's gonna be fun to watch, dude. It really is gonna be really fun to watch, and that's what makes this sport great.
Yeah, are you following as well? I don't know if you're into, you know, the wellness division, the bikini division, figure. Um, our best athlete right now, it's in women's in fitness figure. It's called Natalia Soltero. She's a runner up right now, and hopefully she will take it this year because this girl Cindy Aguillon or something like that. I remember his last name, but she has been two times runner up at the Olympia, so she's like our main athlete right now, Mexican athlete. This guy also in the 212 division, Noel as well. He's a Mexican athlete as well. But are you following those divisions, or you're not into that?
Yeah, I follow it a little bit, but you know, with the female divisions, I'm actually the worst. I could never guess who's going to win. Every time I think someone's going to win, they don't. It's hard for me to understand, you know, like the judging sometimes. You know, I'm more familiar with the men's divisions. Like bikini is so hard to judge, bro. You know, I think they all look great. You know, wellness, they all look great. Women's physique and figure, they all look great. You know, so I haven't figured out how they're judging. Um, but yeah, you know, I haven't really done a lot of job. But Natalia is amazing. Like I love her physique. I saw a sneak peek of her posing routine. It's really cool. So I think it's gonna be amazing, dude.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Hey man, I appreciate the time. I want to, you know, um, start closing this chit chat we are into. But I would like to ask you if you have like some advice regarding. I mean, you're going through you know some struggles with your physique right now. You already told us, but what would be your advice, regarding? I mean, the very first thing I would like you to speak about is health. The second one about nutrition, because this is something that you're always being asking, and of course training. What would be your advice, for some of the people that will look at this video on YouTube? Um, even though they're amateur or professionals, what would be your advice regarding those three topics?
Yeah, so my biggest piece of advice I could give to anybody watching this, if you're aspiring to have a better physique, if you're aspiring to feel better, if you're aspiring to look better, which is what we should all aspire to do, look and feel our best. Because when we look and feel our best, we do better in life. It sounds cliche and it sounds cheesy, but it's true. Life is too short to be, not feeling well and to be in a body that you don't like. So be consistent with everything, guys. Don't look to put on a tremendous amount of muscle too fast. Don't focus on the anabolics, because the number one thing is training and eating. Okay. Training and eating. Have the discipline to be disciplined. Have the discipline to do the boring stuff day after day after day. And you kind of have to be naive and ignorant to the fact that you're doing a lot of boring, tedious things. But it's the boring and tedious things that work. It's similar to studying. If you want a 4.0 GPA, or if you want to acquire a better job, or if you want more smarts, or if you want, whatever, better business, then you're going to have to put in the hours. You're not going to work 9 to 5. You're going to work 24/7, and you can do it for year after year after year. And then if you're lucky, you might get some momentum after a few years, and it starts to get easier and easier and easier. So that's my advice to everybody. Don't rush the process. It's a long-term game. Treat it that way. Take care of your health. Don't try to put on muscle too fast. That was also a piece of advice that Frank Zane gave me. Don't try to get big too fast. It'll ruin the lines of your physique. And me, that's what I've been doing. I've been putting on 2 or 3 pounds of muscle every year, trying to put that on continuously year after year. And if you do that, then you're doing a good job. Believe in yourself, and visualize and all that great shit. You all heard it before. It actually works. Shout out to you, Felix, and the Fit Weekend. What you do out there in Mexico is truly amazing. You're changing the lives of thousands. In fact, you're changing the lives of an entire country. It's really an honorable thing that you're doing, which is bringing health and fitness to the forefront of people and showing them what's possible. Look, I'm bringing you these great athletes. It is possible. If I could do it, you could do it. And that's the God honest truth.
Thank you, man. It means a lot, coming from you. I have the passion and the opportunity to give to my people, the Mexican fans, to be in touch with them idols, because no, I mean, not everyone has the opportunity to go to the Olympia, or to some other international shows that they can be in touch with the idols and every professional bodybuilder. So that's like my biggest effort, to improve the Mexican bodybuilding, to empower Mexican athletes as well, and bringing the best of motivation out of it. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And thanks for the words, man. Hopefully next year we'll make it happen.
100%, bro.
Yeah,
100%,
definitely,
brother. A mix of you guys out there in Mexico, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thanks for the time. Hopefully we will make another video in a couple months or so. And again, thank you. Thanks for sharing with me. I consider you a friend. It's now a bromance, but I'm looking forward to see you again, man. Let's keep in touch, and thanks for the time and for giving me the opportunity to have this video with you, man.
It's my pleasure, bro. Talk to you soon, Felix. Love you, bro.
Likewise, brother. Say
Thank
hi
you.
to Santino and to your wife.
I will. Yo, that was really good.
Yeah, that was.
Thank you, man.